Hi, Neon here, of course. I am once again at Poinsett State Park in South Carolina, and this time I'm going to do a section of the Palmetto Trail called the High Hills of Santee. This is a hill. We've got this heavy concentration of contour lines right here, right over the swamp. So I'm going to be walking through what I think is going to be a pine forest, maybe some hardwood trees down here to Mill Creek Park, and then back. My reckoning is it's about 9.7 miles from this trailhead to that, so I'm going to walk close to 20 miles today if I make it. So this section of the Palmetto Trail, while it starts in Poinsett State Park, spends most of its time going through Manchester State Forest, where it's multi-use. You know, the way they pay for the upkeep of the state forest is to cut down trees, and there's a section that's been cleared, and these look like longleaf pines that have been planted here. Or maybe they're growing up wild, I can't really tell. Longleaf pines are really cool. These leaves are really long and they got a really neat little shape to them. Well, here in the state park, the trails are all marked by names because I haven't seen any markers along this way to verify that I'm on the Palmetto Trail. I think this knot trail is about 2 miles long, and where it stops, the Palmetto Trail keeps going. We'll find out. Could be wrong. Never know till I get there. High knot, low knot. Darn it. This wasn't on my map. Coming out of the low knot here. Looks like it was just put there to make the trail a little more challenging for people that need more challenge. I think I'm back on the main trail now. And it's a pretty wide trail. Makes me think it was a road 100 or more years ago, and in fact here is a fence and a couple of buildings. And those do not look like Civilian Conservation Corps state park shelters. A wood building with looks like some sheet metal on the back. J. Skinner, Jacob was a good man when cold steel was not at hand. Honed his skills fighting man to man. Steel fit in hand, blade ready for command. Be warned if you hear grinding steel. Click down, lower the gear, steer away from here. I understand the words, but I don't know what they mean. A little place where I could sit down here overlooking a little valley. Guess I'm up on one of the high hills of Santee. I live about an hour from here, and we don't have all this Spanish moss in my part of the country. Well, I've come to the intersection of the knot and the laurel, and turns out I wasn't even supposed to be on the knot trail. I was supposed to be on the laurel. So the knot trail, I just walked about 2.9 miles extra today. The Palmetto Trail actually runs along the Laurel Trail, not the Knot Trail, and then goes this way. So if I make it all the way, I don't know if I'm going to make it all the way to my destination and back with that extra 3 miles. That'd make this a 23-mile day. I just don't know if I have time for that. So I think I'll hike till about maybe 1 or 2 in the afternoon, jumping around. After I make a bonehead move like that and hike on the wrong trail for 2 or 3 miles without realizing it, I like to remind myself that it's the journey that's important in life. That, you know, getting there is where all the fun is. The destination's a goal, I reckon, and sometimes we reach our goals, sometimes we don't. But if we don't make progress and keep our eyes set on the trail in front of us, then we miss stuff. And I reckon I saw a pretty purple flower back there on the knot that I would not have seen had I not missed my turn for the Palmetto Trail and instead hiked on that twisty-turny 3-mile mountain bike trail. Wouldn't have seen those old buildings with that nice poem about gear grinding. So, yeah, I guess the real goal today is not so much to get to the end of the passage, but to just spend some time out here in the great wide world. I always like seeing little bridges. Nice clear water. Smells good. Yeah, there are some hills out here. This would be a good workout. We're talking about should be. Has been. Well, I reckon this is what South Carolina looks like here in the sandhills. There's the grasshoppers jumping around here, flying even. Pretty cool. I don't know if you can see any of them on the camera. They just jump all over the place. Kind of wish I'd worn high socks, long pants or something. I didn't know the trail was going to be like this. Big one right there. This young growth little set of trees here is just full of beauty. And if I was driving by in a car, I would have just said, look at that blight. They cut down all those trees. It's just full of crickets and giant grasshoppers and butterflies. And there's another one of those big ones. They're big enough to eat. Well, walking out of that section, across another Forest Service road, into another section of the forest. Found this little slug here on a tree and crossing the trail, and it looked like a good place for my lunch. Having one of these little candy bars, a fun size, and a bagel with some mayo and an apple. Well, it's not quite 100. That looks like it's about 96, 97 degrees Fahrenheit. Wonder where I'm at, crossing a road. Used to be a sign there. Well, this road is Center Trail Road, which means, in fact, I'm right here, and my destination is about 3 miles. So from here, get 3 miles round trip and 9 miles back. It's 12 miles left. It's about 1 o'clock. 6 hours, maybe 5. I can make it in 5. 12 miles in 5 hours. Then we got a little tin shed here. This was a kiosk for entering. Whoa! Big old spider. Trying to get away from me. Sorry, little spider girl. Kind of saying some sort of kiosk here for access to the state forest. This mailbox says maps on the outside of it, but I kind of doubt I'm going to find any maps in there. Maybe just more spiders. Like the trail keeps going. Just a couple minutes from that kiosk there, you come to a fork in the trail where there's a blue and a red. And I'm going to stay on the red trail because I don't know any better. This is a nice little bridge. Interesting little creek. A lot of tannins in the water. Ferns and whatnot. Well, it wouldn't be a hike without one of these in the trail. To find the easiest way to get around without getting into anything poisonous or venomous. Last couple miles of this Palmetto Trail have just been out in the blazing sun. Had to go chic. From where I think I am, I got about a half a mile to the turnaround point. Map shows a picture of water there. I sure hope so. I got 1 liter water left. I drank 2. I think I'd like to drink that liter all right now, but in case the store's closed when I get to the end, I'm going to have to conserve that liter. Make it the 10 miles back. Just came out of the Manchester State Forest where all kinds of rules. I reckon this is an equestrian campground. Place to keep your horses. Place to pitch your tent. I'm hoping some of these spigots are working. Can we go any further? Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Well, it's about 2 o'clock and I am at Mill Creek County Park. It's an equestrian campground. There's a camper over there with a couple horses, some country music. And I'm going to hang out here for maybe about 15 minutes, drink a couple liters of water, fill up my bottles, and start walking back. Well, I'm starting to head back, 10 miles back to the car. It's been a great day so far. Probably won't shoot too much video on the way back unless I see something really interesting. Mainly I'm done with this trail, but it's not done with me. It's a pretty big pine cone, almost as big as my head. Oh, there's my car. Well, I made it back to Poinsett State Park. It's about 6 o'clock. I really overdid it today. Thought it was going to be about a 20-mile hike, which was going to be pushing it. And then I got all twisted up here at the beginning, and I also got twisted up at the end and got off the trail, and I think I did about 6 or 7 miles worth of detours. For a while I got so lost off the trail I was just walking along the park boundary headed south. Anyway, it's about the journey, not the destination, right? Sure am glad to be back to my car, though. Now, this caught my eye. Here off of the side of the trail a little bit. See what's inside of there. I'm going to have to put the phone down a second. Looks like people have been dating when they found it. Different teams. Starting in January 1st. Last one a few weeks ago. Never seen one of them before, and I wasn't even geocaching. I'm not going to write anything down. I'm just going to put it back where I found it.